Yo, what is up, everyone? How is my Tenno? Today, we're going to be talking about Railjack stuff, all the fun stuff. But before anything, there's one thing I really want to shout out. It's Pride Month, if everyone knows. June 1st, motherfuckers! But we're not going to be talking about the regular Pride Month. No. This year, we're going to be talking about Pride. You know, Pride in our military, because our servicemen and women mean more than anything to us than a bunch of other people. But before anything, we please like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification whenever we upload. You will be the first to know. Unless YouTube doesn't want to like us anymore. Doesn't matter. Anyways, joining us today, yes, I am your host, Villainous V. Hello, everyone. I know my voice sounds like shit. I just came back from a convention, so please bear with me. My co-host, as you well know, Paladin, please. How are you?
Hello yet again, you beautiful and wonderful people. Let us get into another beautiful day of discussion and conversations.
Hell yeah. Currently his camera is down, so you will see his wonderful profile picture. Look at that. It is awesome. And joining us today, we have a guest from the Tincast Discord thread for Warframe. Please, sir, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Avi. I'm a private investigator from Canada. That's all I really care to share at the moment. Let's get into it.
That's metal as fuck. Hell yeah. So let's get on into the good stuff. Let me.
So, what are we going to talk about first? Are we doing Railjacks first, or do we want to talk about Excalibur Umbra?
So,
Umbra.
I want to say let's start getting into the Railjack stuff, because then we can just go through gameplay. But before anything, I do want to talk about the one thing exclusively. So they did say in the next update they are going to be buffing the hell out of the ambassador. And if you don't know what the ambassador is, it is a primary gun you can get from doing Railjack missions. Right now, as it stands, it's a full auto rifle. Not bad fire rate, not bad magazine. Reload speed is but right now, as it stands, the damage on it is garbage. It is high status, so I could see where it's going from. So that's fine. I'm cool with that. But yeah, no, everything else on it. It does have a charge attack, but everything else on it just kind of. I don't know where it. Yeah, it looks like it was more going for a charge attack than anything. And
so basically what you're telling me, it was a weapon that was attempting to try and work on the new gimmick of the charge attack when it first came out, and it fell off hard.
It fell off, not just a little hard. I think it just kind of fell off. But this gun actually reminds me of the newer gun, the Jupiter. I believe it's the Jupiter. Just because the stuff for it does sound familiar. If I can bloody find it, because I'm all over the place today. There it is, the EFV-5 Jupiter gun. This is actually very similar to it. The only thing is, the difference is this actually has physical status on it, as well as corrosive. And yes, this does have a charge mechanic to it, but it does it a little bit better, because it's quote-unquote buckshot, so it has the shotgun portion of it in there. I would say if they are going to be buffing the ambassador, they would probably do something like that. I think it's pretty cool that they can do stuff like just have a pure elemental gun, but right now I think damage-wise, electricity, as much as I like it, needs to be changed a little bit, or at least its damage calculations. What say you? Our guest, Brain. Sorry.
I don't really have an opinion. I don't. I've never even unlocked the ambassador as a weapon. I mainly stick to my Nadaruk and my what's the whip called? Let me check.
The whip from the things and the stuff. This one, the Vertilac.
Vertilac. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that whip is very good. I do like it, and I'm also getting excited for the next update where they're going to be having another whip coming out with the new frame. So, but yeah. Anyways, let's
I
get.
I actually, to be honest, I prefer pole arms, but the whip's ranged ability goes through the force fields of the what you call it. I forget what they're called, but they have force field nullifiers. Nullifiers. So it actually goes through the nullifier's force field. So as an Ivara main, I can kill uh, nullifiers without having to break stealth using that whip, which is really cool.
Personally, I just put I put hush on my Nutteruk and just watched everyone go, "Oh no! Oh dear God, no!"
Yep, same.
Anyways, did I send you an invite to the party?
No, maybe.
Really?
Let me double check. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you
Okay.
did.
All right, get on in here.
There we go.
All right. So we're gonna get some good gameplay going while we talk. But yeah, let's. I'm assuming we're gonna be using my railjack, so we're gonna be going throughout the whole star chart here. But first, I think we're gonna start
Well,
with.
if you remember where it spawns at, I do still need one piece for the Nautilus Sentinel. I needed systems.
Give me 1 second. Ambassador Warframe. Yes, we're checking it live, motherfuckers.
Ambassador.
Ba. Really helpful here. Thank you so much. Look, all that's so helpful. Can we just find out where you can get it from? Really good stuff here, guys. Characteristics even better. Oh my god. Acquisition. Hey, look at that.
You can tell we're top quality here,
Top
and just
quality.
like, on point all the time. Know exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, so it sounds like we got to do everything. It's just everything. Just pick something and go for it. No, it sounds like Neptune Proxima Survival, rotation C. If not, rotation B. It's like 12, 8% throughout the whole thing. Ooh, hello. If not, we can do Veil Proxima, rotation C, survival, 16% chance. But I see already. Oh, I thought there was two. Yeah, so Neptune, Venus, Pluto, and the Veil. I'm assuming anywhere you can find a Corpus, since it is a Corpus thing gun, which makes absolute sense. Congratulations, everyone. Here are the professionals.
We are. I mean, of course we are.
Always the professionals here. It looks like. Ooh, hello, even better. Yeah, and then anything Rachnoid? What the hell's oh, the big spider guys. Okay, so yeah. Well, then that means we're gonna be doing Pluto, and currently, hey, look at that, bam. All right, and that is for the. Wait, you hold on. You said you needed the what now? The blueprint itself.
Yep, I need that.
Okay, I believe that is for the blueprint itself.
Blueprint.
Yeah, I have completely lost all that. Completely lost that. But yeah, that should be for the blueprint. So whenever you guys are ready.
Oh, that's on me.
If not, we can always go and do Veil Proximal. But yeah, rotation C. Don't worry, everyone. I have the booty. And so, anyways, getting into our nitty-gritty details, getting into the real meat and potatoes for today, we are going to be going over, yes, Railjack. So, as you can see, this is the SS Laser Shock. I love the SS Laser Shock. The SS Laser Shock is actually amazing. If you think the SS Laser Shock is not amazing, I have to say this much. Go somewhere else, because Laser Sharks are awesome. Alright, I'm going to go over it real quickly. We have the forward guns for people right here. We have the piloting, and we have the in-between area where the area to jump out here, and 2 guns, and we have the back area. Since we have 3 people, I have only 1 defender.
Yep.
So everyone else is going to have to figure out what they want to do. If you want to shoot guns,
I am not gunning. I am not gunning.
that is totally fine.
I will do maintenance.
That is
And,
also perfectly fine.
I'll also go for the cruise ships. I can do that as well.
Even better.
All right,
Awesome.
V, I'll be your gunner and forward artillery if necessary.
That's fine. Awesome, awesome. But yeah, so we're going to be going over the new experiences for Railjack. If you don't know what Railjack is, the Railjack is very easy, very simple. You got a ship all of your own, and you can fly around and do all sorts of cool stuff, like ship fights. But you only get one, and your friends are also with you. You can customize your Railjack to be whatever you want it to be. Not looks-wise. Oh, looks, there's only 3 skins, so it is what it is. But as you can see, everyone has a different particular job. You can be a gunner. You can be just about anything. The one thing I absolutely... hello. The one thing I absolutely don't like about Railjack is if you're playing solo.
Yeah. You mentioned there are only 3 skins. I don't really like how the devs will introduce a new mechanic like Necromechs or Arcwings, and then just abandon it in
Correct.
favor of new warframes and new weapons.
Yeah, more skins would be nice. But the one...
More skins, yes, but also like I want more Necromechs. I want more Arcwings. I want more Arcwing weapons, for goodness sake. There's only so many of those.
Well, Arcwings they took and then they basically abandoned it.
Yeah, they do that. Oh, they do it a lot. That's my point.
And like even the Railjack to an extent, I feel like they abandoned. Like they put it in. It feels like for the by the way, we'll be getting into spoilers for anybody who has not done like the new War or Shadow or any of those things. Like those quests,
Right.
you will be hearing spoilers today. Just give you the heads up now. They basically put it in for like the new
I got a
War,
cruise ship down.
and then just went away. Like, do you need me to shoot the cruise ship?
Yes, please.
Forward artillery.
Yep.
All right.
Staring right at it.
I don't care if it's not ready. Power up that Borax cruise ship and get it into the fight.
All right. One down.
Kaboom. Awesome.
Launch that railjack.
But yeah, the one thing I absolutely really wish they did a little bit better in the game was definitely make it so that if you are playing with other people, or when you not playing with other people. Sorry, I'm all over the place. If you're playing solo, that if you did decide to get a pilot, that it actually pilots for you. As it stands, you get a pilot, it just kind of looks at you and goes, "What do you want me to do?"
Yeah. We do have a side objective if somebody, if we want to grab it.
All right, let's get the cruise ship real quick. I have another one in my sights. If you would like to take it out real
Got
quick.
another. Whoop.
Let me know when you're there.
See if I
Trying
can
to
find.
get
Oh,
rid
I
of-
see it. Let me go get to the forward gun. Shooting down a bunch of
Torpedoes armed.
fighters for you.
Oh yeah, no. The one thing I do like about the forward gun is that you can actually switch between
I am
the.
in.
Yeah, you can switch between the railgun and the primary railgun, and then you can switch to the secondary stuff. So, yes, in the in Railjack missions, you'll have a second objective. And so we can go and get this second objective really damn fast.
Yep. Woo. Oh,
Oh, is it time to go?
Yeah, we're in
going
the
for
we're
a
in
second
the
objective.
yeah.
All right, be right there.
And the glass, I feel like a seagull.
Okay. I'm just gonna use the slingshot, I think. There's.
Don't worry, we're almost done. Now we're done.
All right.
I know one thing I definitely wish they would change a little bit. Right now, as it stands, my railjet can take a beating, absolutely a bloody beating. But if I go out there in my
Arcwing.
yeah, I go out in my Arcwing, I am a not
Yeah.
so lucky guy. So I really wish they would make it so that that was a little different. Would be very nice. A little bit more HP would be amazing. All right. Is everyone aboard before I start running away?
Yeah, I believe we're all aboard.
If not, please teleport.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Getting.
1 second. Okay, I'm aboard the railjack.
All right.
That's what you meant, right?
Yeah, we're currently now getting into the actual mission portion of it, so we'll be waiting.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Take your time, man. We ain't going anywhere anytime fast.
Okay.
You know, V, I had a little cyst on me, and I kept scratching, and it seemed to have grown a little bit. What do you think it's noticeable?
No, 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 no,
Here we
no,
are.
no. Why would you say that? You look amazing as always.
Just a little, a little worried that people would notice it or something.
Nah, it's fine. It's. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I couldn't.
tell at all?
I couldn't. I couldn't tell.
All right.
I couldn't.
Yeah, no,
couldn't-
Railjacks, they've changed so much about it. I just kind of feel like bad.
Yeah, honestly, I loved the original concept of the Railjack. I think the original concept was amazing that you had to actually and get tossed around. I like the original concept where you actually had to take a look at everyone. Like everyone had an actual
Like
thing to
roll.
do, and so you would have to, if you were getting shot up to all hell, you'd put more power to the shields. So it felt more like Star Trek in that regard, and I really wish
more
they
power
would.
to shields, more
Yeah.
power to weapons.
There's a game called Void Crew where they do a good job of that.
Really. I mean, I wonder why they changed it in the very ending. So probably they were like, "Hey guys, we need to make this more of our own. We don't want to get sued into oblivion." In which case, that's fine, and I understand that because
Void Crew came after
really
Railjack. Yes.
well as
Another thing could be is that like Warframe is supposed to be a little bit more fast paced for most people. If they're looking at how Void Crew does it and stuff like that, they may be thinking this is a little too slower pace for people, and therefore they wanted to speed it up, simplify it, and because they simplified it to just you have different stats and you have like an Omni tool and stuff like that, it wasn't what we were hoping for because they're trying to simplify it.
Well, I'm assuming you guys are. I know, Paladin. I know you're more of the new player. What about yourself? I want to, because like as someone who's played a lot of Railjack on his own, me having to do
So
everything is perfectly
I
fine.
I've been playing. This account has been on for a while, but I don't play very much.
I know.
Yeah, that's kind of more or less how it is with me as well, Blue. I'm
Well,
the same way. I just
because I know for me, when it came to playing with other randos, it was kind of ridiculous. When I say kind of ridiculous, as in, uh, I had to deal with like everyone would either gravitate towards just being the pilot and then dragging everyone around wherever they wanted to go. Some people would immediately go, I'm the gunner, and then be fine with that, which I'm perfectly fine with some people being the gunner. But no one wanted to repair the ship whatsoever. It kind of made it kind of made one person ride, and I'm sorry to use the word, one person basically ride bitch. It was like it didn't matter. Hey, look at that, the stock.
well, we got the ambassador stock blueprint.
But yeah, no, it was one of those things where I like the concept and the idea of it, where it's just you're able to grab a bunch of friends and be able to do that. But with randos, it's kind of ridiculous. I do hope if when they bring back raids, they will make it so that the raids reflect more of the original concept. Would be very nice. Well,
Yeah,
is it?
rather
Is it?
than what the sortie became.
Yeah, where it's like you have to go and do the certain things, and so communicating with a team is required. And I think
Well, like
that would make Railjacks a little bit more of a team-based thing. But yeah,
well, another concept they did with the railjacks, but they basically threw away like right away, was the whole link missions or mission links.
oh yeah, I forgot about the Link missions. They had a whole event, and then they just kind of said, "This was cool." Not really a working concept, and then just kind
We're
of
not going to do it anymore because everybody was doing the new stuff, the railjack missions. No one wanted to do the ground-based stuff. I think nowadays, if they did that, it would. I think nowadays it actually might work out a little bit better, just because everyone's got the railjack stuff out of their system, if you will. Like most people will do both railjack and ground this time rather than just railjack, because they did it just as the railjack came out. So it's kind of predictable that they were going to go with that, as everybody wants to do the railjack.
Yeah, I mean, I know for the clan event at the time, I know our clan was just running right through the whole thing. We did both ground and air unit, and I forget which one, but yeah, there was always one particular one that everyone kind of gravitated towards. I think for a clan event, it's probably more popular because then you have everyone doing different ones. Honestly, I think it would be kind of nice to have something that you can go between the two. Like if you were to kind of make it so that both of them are valuable for an event, I'd probably do something along the lines of like, instead of just what's the word I wanted to use?
Well, so like one thing I was thinking of is if they decided to do it as an event again, ground crews like got a nice reward for their mission, but like it wasn't it wasn't really worth doing the ground one versus doing the railjack one. I think if there's a ground crew that is in a mission that gets linked up with the railjack, they should get the same reward the railjack crew gets for assisting with the mission. And but also like vice versa, like the railjack crew will get an additional rewards from the planet that is assisting them. if you know what I mean. Like, let's say, like for instance, we're on Pluto right now, right?
Yeah.
The players who would be on the ground, let's say that they were linked from like Earth instead for some reason or something like that, a different planet close by. The Railjack people would get resources from Earth and the things that the players on the planet had, and then the Railjack team, I'm sorry, the ground team would get rewards from like Railjack missions and stuff like that as well at the end of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Or am I talking crazy?
No, I
Right.
think having either equal resources or something along the lines of where it makes it so that regardless of what flavor game you want to be playing, you're helping everyone out would be really good, and it would reward people who want to do one versus the other, or someone who wants to do both. I think that would actually be pretty good.
But one thing oh, go ahead, Blue.
I wish necromechs were available in more missions. Um, not not just because of the Umbra and you can have multiple frames working together, but I really like this fourth ability for the Void Rig. The
Sentry
The
mode.
mobile turret.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, the one where you
uh,
just basically become a turret on the ground. It is really nice.
It is
yeah,
very
it
nice.
reminds me of a game called Firefall, where uh, you had battle frames, and one of the abilities for the battle frames was called turret mode, where you basically you had the heavy assault frame, and it would stomp on the ground and stand in place in exchange for more defense and more firepower. You sacrifice like all mobility. You can't go anywhere. You can't even. Uh, you're stuck facing front and sides. You can't even turn your back because your legs can't move.
I
That makes
know.
sense then.
I know the one thing that actually, and this might be going a little more towards the topic of the void rigs and the necromech. Sorry, brain. The one thing that really kind of makes me mad, if we're gonna call it mad, is the fact that say I'm Trinity, just the best example. And I see someone in my party decides, hey, I want to, I don't know, or we're in a mission that I can use my void rig, and I want to use my void rig. Any and all of her abilities do not affect the void rig in the slightest. Health, nope. It looks at it and goes, yeah, good luck with that. Like right now,
I feel
where the hell
that.
are you at?
At the same time, I'm I do think that uh, that sort of thing would make the necromechs overpowered.
Well, like
I
right
really
now,
do.
I'm Wisp, and when you walk into the area here, like just straight up, all of my motes don't affect you whatsoever, and it pisses me off because it's like, well, then why bother be using it? It'll just go on a cooldown, sure, but it's like the only way to actually affect them is by just dropping as many health orbs and energy orbs as possible. But abilities do
I mean,
nothing, and it's
you
like
could get you could get in your own necromech.
I know I could, but like, say I would, say I want to be more of a, I don't know, support. As of right now,
Yeah,
oh wait,
I
why
get your
is?
point.
Yeah, as of right now,
But like
if I
that's
decided to help you out, I would have to
that's
be.
another point. Why is there no support necromech?
I would say, yeah, we
Right?
could.
That would
I was
actually
talking
be
about
really
that
yeah.
earlier.
No, actually, that's a really good idea because like you have the melee, you have the gunner. Support one actually would be really cool. But if they did that, I would say they need to make it so that it would be able to heal other necromechs and frames. If
I
it
would
was going,
say,
but like that. But my point still remains. If warframes can't affect necromechs, then necromechs. I think that's probably reasons because if they made it so that warframes can affect necromechs and vice versa, you would get someone to play Rhino or Chroma, or no, Necroma, Rhino, and just watch everyone
Just
start
roar.
crying. Hell, the Eidolons would just look at everyone and go, can I go home? I got maimed severely. I want to go home now.
I want to go back to my water.
Can I
Give me
go back to my
teleporter,
water?
please.
Calling in sick today. Why? I don't want to die.
I don't want to die 5 times over in one night, please.
5 times? I was sick. That happened to me 6. I don't know what they were on. They were on crack cocaine or something. Dear God.
My God, they were on that roar shit right now. Let me tell you.
They should make it
Well,
illegal.
I mean, like that's basically any Grenier that go to Earth, right?
Yeah, no, if the Grenier are going to Earth to be there for what the Vahek? I was gonna say what the hell was his name, Vahek. If they're gonna be doing that, it's gonna be more towards the what the hell is it called? I can't remember now. It'd be like sending them to the not the Gulag. It'd be sending them to Siberia essentially. You
Yes, more or
not do
less.
good for communist Russia, so we send you to Siberia.
My headcanon is that the Grenier are the what happens when communism goes too far, and the Corpus are what happens when capitalism goes
Capitalism
too
goes
far.
too far. That's pretty much solid
Yeah, that's 1 for 1.
representation of the two, actually.
And then the sentients are pretty much hive mind. Well, that may not hive mind.
No, that's what happens when technology
Anarchy?
goes too far.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
When it's a technocratic society.
Well, then
And
the
you could say the infection is what happens when
Hive mind.
you let nature
Hive
go too
mind.
far.
I would say more hive mindy because I haven't seen
That's true,
anything.
more
yeah.
hive mind.
But then more hive mindish. And then I would also say the sentience would be more anarchy. No one really rules, but they're just kind of like, listen. Actually, no. I don't know what the sentience would technically be. If you were gonna classify them as anything, what they would be.
Well, if you want to think about it that way, sentients are similar to a hive mind in a sense, but the biggest thing I would say about the sentients is that they are technology like at its quote unquote peak, or biotechnical at its peak, and therefore, even though everyone has like independent thought, probably everyone's just still going to follow the leader of the technological world in that regard.
I think there was more of the what the hell is it called? I think it was more of they have their own leaders, but it's more of the the original. Like it's more it's the elders. It's more elder. So like who's his face? Hun Hao, like he's one of the originals, and like when he had kids. There's a receiver
There's a
blueprint.
ambassador receiver over here. Yeah.
So Hun Hao is one of the original, the OGs, if you will, and he's like, hey, listen, I have kids, but like, the Arkan are gonna come back here and they're gonna ruin everything, so, we should probably go over there and deal with that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I actually feel bad for the sentients because they're like, well, we were forced to come here to basically serve a purpose and make sure that the Orcan have a place to live because they screwed up Earth so badly. But then in putting blood, sweat, and tears, they're like, hey guys, how about we not? Like we did
it
all
makes me
sorts.
think of if you ever played Mass Effect, like the Geth,
The
Geth
Geth.
with the Quarians. It's like creation versus creator. You did not treat your creations well, and therefore they turned against you.
I mean, it reminds me of what was it? The one robot race from it's the Family Guy variant of Star Trek, or the Orville, which I think even AI itself, like nowadays, I kind of feel like that's what it's eventually going to go to. There's an ambassador
there's a
blueprint
barrel.
somewhere around here.
There's a barrel blueprint around here.
Now we just need the actual blueprint to drop. We'll have a full freaking gun.
We'll have a whole set.
The whole damn set.
All right, since we're already unfortunately down to 20 minutes, let's move on to the last topic, shall we?
And the last topic
Underuse.
the last topic being, before we do skip that all, is going to be the expansion of the use of Umbra.
Which I was the one who brought this up to V because I was like, it's criminal what they did to that boy.
They tossed him in, they tortured him,
They
and
put
then
him
said,
in
hey,
a pretty
listen.
cool idea of, hey, he can move around when you're outside, like, as an operator. Or in your necromech, he acts as his own individual, can function, use all of his abilities. He just basically becomes an AI-controlled warframe for you and runs around with you.
Well,
And, go ahead.
if you think about it, the backstory is kind of messed up because when you're inside the Umbra, like it's a living being, so you're sort of you're sort of possessing a living being. That's kind of messed up.
Well, that's unfortunately what it seems to be for all the warframes, is they were living beings.
They were
beings,
living beings. Most of the warframes are now dead living beings. Or
But this one is alive. That's what's disturbing. That's the disturbing part.
But, and that is true. The reason I say it's criminal under use is, Blue, have you done the new war yet?
Yes.
Okay. So, remember the cutscene where Ballas basically opens up the portal to the void, sucks your operator out of your warframe, and, removes you, and then you get thrown basically into the past, right? Or
Yeah.
you get thrown out into the void. I was like, I was playing Umbra for that, and I was like, oh, cool, I can't wait to see if they actually, put, something special for Umbra. No, he just stands still like a statue, holding your arm just like every other Warframe, and that's it. I was like, oh, come on.
Another
They had a
blueprint
perfect
barrel.
opportunity in that one there to have, Umbra actually be, awake, and, as soon as you get removed, he puts both his hands on you, trying to hold you together, or put one hand on you and puts his sword down into the ground, trying to hold and pull you back from the void, not letting you go.
And, that's another thing. Ballas put the operator into the void. How did he end up on the Zarimon?
So that's due to the Duveri paradox / the paradox of choice. So the operator, made the choice to accept the help from the indifference, the man in the wall.
Yeah.
The one who's in the Duveri paradox actually did not choose to take the assistance of the man in the wall and got stuck within the paradox, more or less. And he's just basically stuck in the void. But when in the new war, when when Lotus's hand gets cut off and sucked into the void as well, that's what falls to you in the Duveri paradox and allows you access to your powers.
It's the
basically connect that was your connection to the real world with the Drifter. And therefore, when you got sucked into the void, the Drifter, having gained control of the loop at that point and the ability to connect to the real world, realized what was going on, is more or less what I'm figuring, and came to try and save the world because the operator is no longer there, or your Tenno is no longer there to do it. So someone has to until you come back.
Right.
And then
I should have brought
when
the damn,
Lotus is fully
Necros.
restored, he is awaiting you on the Narrowman to make the choice of, is the operator going to go back, or is the drifter going to come back and finish what he started? And like, one of the reasons I still think it was a criminal underuse of Umbra in that regard is, let's say like they did what they did, like I said, like Umbra tries to pull you out, can't, and then you get pulled away from him. He gets really pissed and turns around and tries to attack Ballast, and Ballast would stop him, but like they could have done so much with like a unique animation for Umbra, since he and Ballast already had a history together. And you finally gave him peace, and Ballast just took that away from him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really could have.
So
They could have made it so that certain, at least that would have been a really cool. I wouldn't say sending off, but like it would have been really cool to just see your frame get sucked out, and then Umbra trying to hold on for dear life. Since you're able to replay the whole thing, that would be a cool. Hidden portion of it, yeah. And then it's like he tries, and then Umbridge or the Ballast just
like,
goes, "What? You're still here?" And then just like rips him off and right into the void.
Throws him into the void as well.
Yeah, but like, I feel like that would be a lot to code, so I'm not gonna fault them too much for that.
Oh yeah, I'm just giving it as like an example, because like in other cutscenes they could make it so that Umbra has.
But it would be cool if the Drifter got to know Umbra a little better, because it's the operator that made friends with the Umbra.
Yeah.
So
that would be a whole different. That would be a whole different thing to put in there.
Right. So Umbra's basically got this complete stranger in control of it now. Doesn't know him from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
But now he has to do whatever he says when he's inside him.
Teleron here, just so you're aware.
There's a what?
Sorry.
Yeah. It's a rare resource for like Arcwing.
Oh, Terillium?
Terillium.
I just call it Telerum, so.
Terillium, territorial.
Well, like another thing I had brought up was like during the New War, like anytime you go to the Drifters camp, one thing I was saying to off stream was just like, another thing they could have done is like whenever you go back to the Drifters camp, you can't use Umbra, but instead Umbra's like standing guard around the camp and like protecting the Orbiter. Because it was his operator's, ship, so he's going to protect it with everything he can until he returns.
Yeah,
which I thought would have been like a little nice touch as well.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice to just have him, if anything, just sitting there on his knees, sword in the ground in front of him, kind of silent protector.
That's part of the pattern I was referring to, where the devs will add something and just like forget it exists.
Yeah, not do anything with it. You're right.
I was gonna say like there's a lot of stuff they end up doing with that, like
Ashy over here.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know. There's been a lot of invisible enemies. Has anyone noticed that? Just a lot of there's supposed to be something there, and there's nothing there.
And there's nothing there. Like, you get the damage numbers from hitting something, and something dies, but nothing.
DE, fix your game. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff for specifically like for that kind of stuff. Like, what was it? I remember when the mod Split Flight for the bow first came out, and if you don't know what that was, it was basically as long as your fire rate is ridiculously high. Oh wow, sorry. As long as your fire rate was ridiculously high, you would be able to get a what was it? You'd get a ridiculous amount of multi-shot, and I think it was like 100 per kill. Was it kill? I want to say it was kill or hit. one or the other, but like it was just you fire it ridiculously. But right now it's only for bows. Honestly, if they were gonna update it, I would probably make it for bows and crossbows, mainly because right now, as it stands, crossbows really don't have much more of a use. They're neat, but that's about it. And I think if DE was going to do anything, split flight, it would be really nice to have that. Though they could add the little tidbit for crossbows, because I know the one prime crossbow, currently the only prime crossbow, the alt fire just releases all of it, and you could easily ramp up the thing for it. But it would be really nice, and I would love to see
Talking about
the Attica even better. What's up?
talking about mods and stuff like that. There's one thing I've been wanting to try since the 1999 update, and that is, you know how the sight, the new sight warframe, the
Sight 09.
sniper.
Haven't got the plan yet,
yeah.
but go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was thinking, what if you paired that up with an Ivara, with the mod that when you're on the tripwire, it increases critical damage, and then you set up a tripwire for the sniper to stand on, and you just ravage enemies, wouldn't you?
Oh, you absolutely could. That is a thing you can do. Put the quiver onto Saito 9 and go from there. I do believe that evade is definitely more along the lines of a solo frame ability more than with friends.
Ability.
Yeah, because like you need the kills. If not, you need a ridiculous amount of duration. And seeing as there's a lot of AOE frames currently out, that's going to be real interesting.
Does anybody need to go into like the area to get the stuff for Protea and stuff like that, or no?
Do you need what?
You mean the Granum Void?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
We
No,
could.
saying, does anybody need it?
I
haven't gotten it yet, so no. Also, like, now that the Protea Prime is out, I can just farm for that.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, but you do want to get Protea and then get the Zorus as well by doing the mission. The Zorus ain't a half bad weapon, so I highly suggest it. But definitely get it for at least the MR stuff.
I'm trying to think, is the Struma in there as well? Like that hand cannon blade?
I know what you're talking about. Brain can't brain. You
know what I'm talking about? It's like the knife on the end of a...
It's the gunblade.
Yeah, the gunblade.
Which that one is really good to use. Apparently, they kind of left the what the hell is it called? The first one, the Redeemer. They kind of put Redeemer Prime in the bin and said, well, here's a bunch of other ones. Like, what was it? The Grenier one that apparently, if you do certain things for it, can straight up armor strip people. And I'm like, I don't know about that. It's nice. Oh, I know something we can really touch on for the next few minutes.
Sure.
So, I know you gave me homework. The receivers over here. Trying to make the spear gun for trying to make the spear gun for Steinax a actual decent thing. I think if DE really wants to make everyone question life and the number 42, which is life, I mean, the meaning of life essentially. But yeah,
yeah.
I would what they should do is they should actually do what they do with the tome that you get from Whispers in the Wall, and just make it a general thing to put on all primaries and secondaries if they're going to add weapons. Because as it stands right now, that spear gun, I have tried to make it work. The only way you can make it work for at least Steel Path, as far as I was able to try, was, and I hate to even say it, you had to throw it and you had to get a headshot. And then you were doing a lot better damage. And that's about as close as I could get.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I think if DE really wants to do something to make everyone question, like, what kind of a weapon you really want to make. Do you want to make something that actually damage or be more supportive, or, as a lot of people put it, priming? I think it would be very nice to put maybe a set of mods. We'll call it 3, and you could probably chalk them up to universal weapon mods. So, like, it just does things. That way they don't have to code it for the primary, secondary, shotguns, snipers. It's just for all of them. I don't know if
Just
they
for all
can.
weapons.
Yeah, there's a it spreads statuses, but like at the cost of I don't know, crit chance. That way you can prime them, sure, but it is what it is. Or at least it'll make Shivering Contagion a better mod for an actual primary weapon than just toss it on a what the hell is it called? Your Sentinel. But stuff like that would be really cool, because right now you could plop down the spear gun, and then you get that increase to fire rate. The recoil is basically eliminated, and then the reload speed is increased as well. And I think that's really nice. That's really cool. I think more of those would be pretty good. If they were going to start with anything, instead of increasing damage for spear guns, which I think the Javlock needs a major touch-up, which would be really nice. Come on, DE, help a brother out.
They won't.
I know they won't, and it makes me sad.
I hate to burst your bubble.
I know they won't. I'm keeping my Javlock Riven. I don't care who says what. I'm keeping it.
I didn't say you couldn't keep it.
Hey, I remember when they finally put heavy attacks for the weapons, and my glaive went from being a very crappy gun to a amazing, or not crappy gun, a very crappy weapon to a amazing weapon, and then everyone went on the glaive hype, and I'm just like, get the fuck off. No, you're like, it's a shit weapon. I don't like it. I don't want it no more. You can have it. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the glaive went from the most the underused weapon to the best weapon, and then everyone just hopped on that train, and then now it's like kind of died. It died down a lot. I feel like that the heavy attack is kind of gone from there, but I do like at least having it. I've been using other weapons since then. Oh, but that was my most used melee weapon for a while, just because you throw it and it was just whatever was in the vicinity was just vaporized immediately. Has anyone got the blueprint?
Nope.
Nope.
God damn.
At 40 minutes, I say we pull out.
Agreed.
We'll go. Yeah, sure. Plus, that's when the stream's going to be ending soon, anyways. So that's fine. Start praying, everyone.
Start praying.
Start praying.
Isn't the blueprint an actual reward though, from like the C tier, which is the every 20 minute mark?
I believe so. Yes.
But it's a low one.
It's an A or B.
I believe it's a
No, it's
C.
it's
Oh,
C.
it's a low chance. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's a low chance, is what you're saying. Gotcha.
I think the most was the Veiled Proxima at 16%, but that's a whole 4%. So.
Man, I love how they make it so hard to get, and then it's still a shit weapon. Pardon my language.
Yeah. Also, did you guys you guys heard about how was it one of the dev streams? Rebecca was talking about how, what was it? They said that some people during the new war, during the portion where they had to actually use the railjack, which they used more railjack than the necromech, which is also hilarious. The necromech, I could have done the whole thing without the necromech, but it's like the one portion you got to use the necromech. I'm like, hey guys, I have something better. It's called a warframe. I wipe people out very easily. Do not need this thing. But yeah, no. That whole portion. Shit, I was so focused on that. But yeah, no. God, I am just brain is completely tired right now. Help a brother out, Paladin. Where was I going with this?
No, just one thing I was thinking about, since we were talking a little bit about it earlier, like with having different styles of necromechs. I was thinking, I was like, it would have been kind of cool if what they had done one time was, since the arc wings were more or less a bust, instead of just basically making like a pair of wings for your warframe, what if they made it like a miniature fighter that could be attached to the railjack that would then split off and could be piloted?
Like a
That is
like
actually
a,
that is interesting. I kind of like that.
Here was my
I get
thought
what you're
was
saying.
like, since there's like two guns, there's like two gunner locations on the railjack, right? One of the gunners could detach their weapons, become basically a mobile flying unit with that gun, and fly around the battlefield separate
Yeah,
from the railjack.
like kind of like those what you call it on Earth, the
Fighters.
things the Grenier fly around in.
Hmm.
The
Oh yeah. The little stand-up
yeah,
platforms. Yeah, something similar to that, where it's just basically you become like a miniature flying gun and can fly around with that.
yeah.
I know where I was going with this. Okay, so apparently in the new war for your railjack, there were people who either completely were able to finish it easily, or if you just started, weren't able to finish it because you didn't have all the stuff for your railjack. And I was like, I'm sorry, you were able to do that? But then again, since I've been playing, since everything came out, and I've been grinding through everything, like, yeah, it was easy for me, but someone who's just like, I got to get main story done. Yeah, no, I was kind of shocked when they were like, yeah, no, people have been kind of wishy-washy on that kind of stuff. But going back, I know we're all over the place, so making clips for this is hilarious. But going back,
We're going
We're
on
jiving.
tangents.
yeah. But going back, yeah, I think if they were going to start with anything, it would be really cool to have something for the, at least spear guns specifically, just for additional support abilities. So just a buff. So I throw down, we'll say Styanax is one, and maybe I put a mod on there. Yeah, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage, but like maybe enemies within it are prone to 50% more status, or ammo efficiency would be really cool. So you could plop it down, and then you can go from there. Holy shoot, there's a lot of stuff.
Or here's a thought: each spear gun has like 4 mods, or sorry, not mods. Has like 4 modules that you can choose during the arsenal that give its thrown ability a different ability. So like ammo efficiency, generates shields, pulls in enemies. Enemies take extra damage within the zone of it.
All right, that's 40
Like
minutes.
that kind of stuff. So like you could take your favorite spear gun and change up the way it works on the fly.
Yeah.
Ah.
But yeah, like
We did-
I mean, they already do that with the tomes, so I'm hoping they eventually do something similar. It would be kind of nice to have more stuff.
Is there
like
more
that.
than one tome?
Currently, there's only one. Currently, there's only one. I could be a smartass and be like, "Well, there's Dante." All right, exit out. Unfortunately, we have to go
And
through.
how much you want to bet that the tome is another weapon type they'll just abandon?
Well, they only have one of it.
Never seen another one.
Yeah,
That's a distinct possibility. I mean,
All right, everyone here.
I'm back.
Yeah, awesome. Did we get it in the mission completes?
Ash chassis blueprint.
Yeah, I gotta look up
Neo
to see if we
D10
can
relic.
get all the. That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of extra bonuses. Another Neo X. Oh, those are probably from the thing. Carmine Penta receiver.
Carmine.
I
Oh,
have no idea
Penta.
what that
Penta.
is.
I know what that is. Okay, it's another variant of the Penta.
Oh, the
It's
sticky
the
grenade.
pink.
Oh,
It's the
that
pink.
thing,
It's the
yeah.
pink bloody grenade launcher. And speaking of grenade launchers, I got a fucking tangent on the one new grenade launcher that pisses me off. You want to see V piss the freak off? You know that new
Almost as bad as his mod.
yeah, shut the fuck. Okay, actually, I recently got a really good Riven for the Supra, so I'll definitely go over that real quick. But yeah, who are we waiting for? Paladin, get your shit together.
What?
Waiting
What
on
are we
you,
doing?
Dry Dock.
Ah, my bad.
What was it? God, throwing me all over the place. Yeah. So the
that's my job.
The Purgit. You should be happy. You're adorable. You little shit. Anyways, continuing. The Purginator. I love it. It's an awesome weapon. It looks amazing. Unfortunately, it's not the grenade launcher I wanted. So you gotta hit someone, and then it does a, what was it, the special portion of it? Hold on, not fast travel. Where is it? Equipment, arsenal, the purge.
Yeah, we got 4 barrel blueprints, 2 receiver blueprints, 2 stock blueprints, no actual blueprint.
Yeah, we gotta find out how to get
That's farming in Warframe for you.
Yeah, but yeah, no. The unique trait is enemies killed by direct hits explode into lingering gas clouds, and that's pretty much it. That's it for the thing. Like, it's not a grenade launcher at this point. It's just a really crappy launcher. It doesn't do like actual AOE's. Because I wanted a grenade launcher that looked just as cool. So honestly, I love the gun. It looks amazing. It looks sick as fuck. But it does diddly do. Just. And I wish they did something better for this thing. But they ripped it up and said, it looks cool. Maybe if they made the direct clouds and put the damage in there and the radius, and you can modify that, I might be able to forgive at least a little bit of it. But other than that, like, I can't.
How are we on time?
It's 104, so we're going over. But
Okay.
But I'm trying to wrap it up real quick, and just so I also, because I did say a bit of it. Brain Supra starts with an S because
Now, while he's looking that up, I will let everyone know next week what we will be talking about is something that I also brought up to V, and that is how unfriendly currently Warframe is to new players, like to brand new players.
Yes,
it is exceedingly unfriendly as it stands right now to new players, and that's what we're going to be talking about next week.
Oh, definitely.
Like, the entire week is going to be talking about like how unfriendly it is. It's not going to be like, where this one where we did like 2 parts between Railjack, Umbra, and kind of off on the side tangents with weapons and stuff like that. Straight up, it's just going to be how unfriendly this is to new players and how much you have to do as a new player just to get to the new content that you most likely are playing the game to do.
Yeah, like, say, I don't know, they have the new stuff for, what is it called? The very new stuff that's going to be coming out, the Isle Weaver. A lot of people aren't going to be able to play it. Which, again, if you just saw a thing, teaser for it,
Yeah,
you're like, oh, cool,
if
I
you
would love
see
to
a
play it. But, like, you won't be
teaser
able to
for
play
Spider
it.
Frame, you're like, man, I want that Spider Frame, but I don't want to pay money for it.
Yeah. But they are going to have an event for it, so if you do pay for it before the event, I'm going to let you know right now. Horrible idea. Save your plat for just speeding it up. Anyways, the Supra Riven I got. It's a good one. It's not the greatest of ones, but it's a good one. I got 154 increased to damage and 81 increased heat. So it's not
Well,
a bad
gosh,
one.
it was an increase to damage, not
Yes,
a 154 negative to damage.
I want you to know right now, I'm cringing inside so hard. Although, the funny thing is, because I did put magnetic capacity on this thing, I have 420 magazine. Blaze it. Fire rate's also ridiculous. But I also decided to put primary crux on it. And so just hitting weak points, I also get ammo efficiency. So I'm trying to increase the fire rate as much as I can to a point where it's a line. It's a beam. How many bolts you're firing, V? I don't know. But I wanna keep turning that Supra Riven to get even more multi-shot, because the multi-shot right now is 1.8. I'm hoping I can get it to 4. And then completely watch everything cry. All right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. We're going long. Again, we are gonna be talking about all the stuff for new players and how they could make Warframe a little bit more new player friendly. I understand as a veteran that I don't want Warframe to stop making content for us old folks here. But I do want people who are thinking about playing Warframe to come on in, join on up, join clans. We have our clan, the Tenno Cast clan, which if you do want to join, please comment below or comment on one of the videos. We are always welcome to new people. Actually, I think I gotta expand the clan or the dojo, because I think we had a lot of people recently join. And so I might have to do that. I'm not 100% sure yet.
You might have to expand it so that you can actually do more with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. We'll get more people, but I also have to go through and start kicking some people who just haven't been on in years. But, you know, it is what it is. That and, I don't know, whatever our usual random rants turn into. Which is always hilarious. But yes.
Anyway, it was lovely to join you today. We should do this again sometime.
I'm
Thank you,
hoping
Blue,
we
for
get
joining
more
us.
guests.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. But shout your whatever you want to shout out. Go for it.
Not today.
Not
no
today.
shout outs today.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm hoping one of these days we do get Tyler Today news. It would be really cool. When I found out he plays Warframe, I said, "The hell he does? We got to get him in here."
Okay.
But yeah, no. Anyways, you were about to say something?
Well, next time you want to see me again, just hit me up in the Discord, and I'm happy to make some time for you.
Hell yeah.
Got it, Blue.
Definitely shouting out the Timcast Discord. We are not sponsored at all by the Timcast Discord, but we shout them out because one of these days.
Right.
One day you might see us on the show. Who knows?
Ah, dude, it'd be really nice. Hey, you know what? If I can get on the Culture War, I'll be happy. I'll be happy.
I would say it would probably be the culture.
It would definitely be the Culture War. If I could get on the actual show, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna be like, "Listen, can I do the intro?" And if he goes, "What do you mean? Can you do the intro?" I'll be like, "I want to do the intro. I want to do the evil laugh. I just want to go." We got a villain takeover today, everybody. Just like
walk up from behind you and slap you in the back of the head. Get yourself together, B.
Okay, that would be hilarious. He just slapped me upside the head. It's Tim's show. God dang it! This is like, all right, fine,
Tim, show B,
Tim.
stop being the villain here. I'm gonna go with my seat again.
I'm just gonna go in my corner. Give me the dunce hat. I'll put it on. All right. Anyways.
No, you're gonna sit in that chair.
Oh, I'll sit in the chair. All right. All right, but yeah.
All right, chat.
I've been Villainous V.
I'm AOB Paladin as always.
And we'll see you in the
And
next
I
episode.
am Blue Flounder. Yes.
And we will see you next Sunday for another lovely stream during this Pride Month where we talk about more of our armed services. Thank you very much for serving. Y'all take care. See you in the next episode. Goodbye!